Yeah, buckle up coming through on a quick drive. Check this out. Check this out, y'all. I was listening to a motherfucking goofy ass nigga Bark for the Bone live last night. I just was listening to a few little bit of that shit this morning, and I see he talking about. I see he hating again. You undercover hating again, BFTB. You undercover hating again, talking about Bud is not on Mount Rushmore. Bud is not on Mount Rushmore because we seen how Bud got his belts. We seen who he fought and what he did. You're right. We did see who he fought and what he did, and he did more than just about any boxer that has ever done it as far as accolades. That's what we seen him do. At this point right now, Bud is debated the GOAT. He's in a debate for a GOAT spot of all time. Especially when it comes to his accolades. Who gives a fuck? Why do y'all keep listening to this goofy ass nigga? Do not listen to this nigga or ever think that you should give a fuck about what he say, about how he feel, about anybody that Bud fought. Don't believe that dumbass shit about how the level he feel a fighter is on. When we all seen that his favorite fighter, Deontay Wilder, who he think fight like Ali, is a D plus C level fighter. All of us know and watch Deontay Wilder footwork, how he box, everything. We all know Deontay Wilder is a D plus C level fighter. And that's his favorite fighter. You gotta remember that. You gotta remember that. And remember, he think Deontay Wilder fight like Ali, is a similar to Ali. That's what he think in his mind. So y'all gotta know the nigga crazy. He don't know what the fuck he thinking about. He a cornball. He a cornball. All the fighters that Bud fought, motherfuckers like what's the dude that was from Philadelphia? I can't think of his name right now. Dark skinned dude. I think he was from Philly or Detroit or whatever. Hank Lundy. Dijon. I forgot the other motherfucker. I can't think of his name. Dijon. Can't think of his name. But it was some fights at 140. It was some fight. British Prescott at 140. I'm talking about fights that these niggas don't even never talk about. Yeah. These fighters I'm thinking of right now. Yeah. He was fighting guys already. Bud already was fighting motherfuckers that was good fighters. Gamboa at 135 was a great fight. Yeah, they was all good fights. And listen, y'all, Bomac never said that Bud should have been fighting at 168 when he was at 135. Bud was nowhere near the structure of his body was nowhere near the structure of his body by the time he finished fighting at 147, how he looked at 135. He definitely had grew and got he got much bigger. He definitely put on some more weight as he was going up. But when he was able to make 135, he was damn near like a 135 pounder. Yeah. He still wasn't weighing no more than 150, 145, 150. Simple as that. Bud couldn't fight at 168 when he was fighting at 135. And Bomac didn't say that. Bomac didn't say shit. This nigga is just a hater. He's a hater. Bud went overseas and fought Ricky Burns. Know what I mean? Won his title overseas, fought Ricky Burns, yeah. We gonna give Bud all his shit. Then he gonna say, then guess what else he said? He said, oh, Turk in the sport now. Turk then came to the sport. So it's not really about how many belts you get, or if you go undisputed. Yes, the fuck it is. It's always about how many belts going undisputed. It's always about that. And Turk gonna make them kind of fights. That's why unification fights will get made by Turk, and fights for undisputed will get made by Turk, because Turk smart enough to know that's a big fight in itself, because it's for undisputed. Don't matter that you feel like one of the fighters is not a great fighter like you think he should be. It don't give a fuck what you think. He ain't give a fuck what you think. Yeah. Yeah. Nigga got motherfuckers got belts. That's what that help a lot in itself. That motherfucker, you holding a belt says a lot in itself. And you gonna get the motherfucking fights, and they gonna put you in the fights that people would have no problem with watching, because it's either a unification fight or it's a fight for undisputed. And that's what the fuck the sport of boxing is built around. Goofy ass dummy. Money gonna come anyway. You get big money for unification and undisputed. You gonna put out big money for unification and undisputed, because that's what it is. Yeah. Around all of that, you can still have fights get made where two fighters can fight each other that don't even got belts. That's a good ass fight. Of course that can still happen. Yes. You can come across that. You know, you're gonna have your first 15 or 20 fights anyway, fighting, you know, maybe F to C level opposition anyway. Until you know management really see exactly what direction they're gonna send you in. Yeah. And then here and there, you could end up having a fight that's not for a belt, you know, or defending your belt. All kinds of other fights that you could have. But the sport is built around unifying and becoming undisputed, and money come with that anyway. So Turk definitely gonna stand behind that with a nice bag always. While he around, of course that's going to happen. Yes. And everybody understand and know right now, Bud is on Mount Rushmore. Yes. And another thing, y'all, the boots shit. The boots talk. Listen, go to, what's the name of them channel? Gillian Wallow. Gillian Wallow, Crawford was on Gillian Wallow about probably like a year and a half ago. Crawford was on Gillian Wallow, and you could go on that show on $1 Million Worth of Game, and he sat right on the show. Fuck listening to this this pickle in the mouth holding goofy ass lame. Yo, he just a chicken head ass nigga, yo. Yo, a goofy ass lying ass nigga. Yo, don't listen to this dummy ass nigga, yo. He don't know what the fuck he talking about. Go to Gillian Wallow's show, $1 Million Worth of Game, and Bud sitting right on the show telling you Boots ducked them. They could have fought. Boots took another route. Instead of, he had the chance to do what he needed to do to make the Bud fight, and chose something else. Bud said it right on the show, and then he got Wallow to call Boots on the phone. Yeah, y'all. It's a show right there. It's a show. Go on YouTube and look on $1 Million Worth of Game and look at the show about a year ago. Bud is on there. He told Wallow to call Boots on the phone, and Boots admitted what Bud said. And then the conversation calmed down, and that was it. Boots admitted he went another way. Yeah. So that's why Bud put Boots in the back of him and kept heading forward. After 147, Bud was trying to go to 154 and do undisputed again. And listen, y'all, when he said he wanted the rematch with Earl Spence, when Bud said he wanted the rematch, when Bud said the rematch was supposed to be at 147, listen, y'all, don't let him fool y'all with the way he talking about that as time get away. Back when Bud was at 147 and him and Spence fought, Yes, he wanted the rematch to be at 147. He thought they was going to fight again at 147 because they had just fought and they were still at 147. But once Bud got to 154, y'all, Bud didn't give a fuck about what weight class they rematched at. When Bud got to 154 after he beat Madrimov, Spence was still resting. Spence had no plans on coming back anyway. Y'all see, I was right about that already. I told y'all Spence was retired. After that beating, he wasn't coming back. Bud beat Spence out the sport. Point blank, period. Bud beat Spence out the sport. I told y'all a while back, y'all have heard me say it several times in videos, that Spence was not coming back. Then I just showed y'all the other day, y'all see, Spence retired. That shit done. All right? So Bud would have fought Spence after he had went to 154 and beat Madrimov. Of course you know Bud would have fought Spence at 154. We all know that. And would have beat Spence the same way he beat him at 147. So when he tell you that Bud was ducking Spence because he ain't want to fight him at 154, that's all fucking cat, okay? He would have beat the shit out of Spence at 154 if Spence wanted the rematch. Spence did not want a rematch, Bud. All right, and no PBC staff wanted Spence to rematch Bud. The PBC staff didn't even want Spence to fight Fondora. All right, that's why the shit ain't happened. And y'all can already see everything I say played out to what it played out to be right now because Spence retired. Told you that shit wasn't happening. Spence was done. Spence was done, and now it's proven. So all that shit he's saying is straight cat, all right? When Bud was at 147 and 154, that shit could have happened. In either one of them divisions, it could have happened. Spence just didn't want it to happen. Now, as far as what Bud doing next, fighting Jenneback at 160, that would be a great fight because it is a 50-50 fight. It's not guaranteed, y'all. And y'all know Bud is still my top guy. You already know that. But I'm just being real. It's not guaranteed. It's a 50-50 fight. And yes, I would be highly interested in seeing it and seeing Bud become a 6th division champion. Then y'all gotta realize too, 6th division champion, he go past Floyd. Because Floyd and him both 5 division now. And he'd be a 6th division champion and got the undisputed stamped on there. You know, so yeah, that's a good what's the name to chase right now? Undisputed at 160. Or just to become a champion at 160 if you want to retire. Take the 2 belts that Jenneback got and retire. Or you could take them 2 belts and then fight the other motherfuckers there and get undisputed. Or you could just fight Jenneback and retire. Win or lose. There's a lot of things, you know, that's definitely and one other thing that you can do also, I wouldn't advise it, but you could defend undisputed at 168. You could fight Harm Shiraz if you want to. I wouldn't advise it, but Bud could do that too. But Bud's best move would be to go to 160 and fight Jenneback. Because if he don't feel comfortable, if you don't feel comfortable making 154 right now, Bud, if you hear this, if you ain't comfortable making 154, making 154, we don't have no problem with that. And we know you can't make 147 no more right now, as of right now. BFTB even say you can make 147 right now. Goofy ass dummy nigga. That's what a cornballer say out his mouth. But yeah, we know you ain't going down to no motherfucking 147 draining that kind of weight. And if you don't really want to go back to 154, then that's all good. I know what you have to put the work in. You got to work your body back down there. We know what you got to do. We know this condition, got to go through all the conditioning to get back down there and feel good being down there since you took time to make yourself feel good going to 168. So I know what you go through. We understand that part. So if you want to go back, just go move it down to 160. That sound the best way to me. That sound like the best place to go, do the Jenneback fight, and let's see how shit turn out as far as that. But yes, indeed, It's no doubt at all that at this point right now, Terrence Bud Crawford is definitely on Mount Rushmore. No doubt. See y'all on the Get Back.